Very practical. The guy is so raw in all the songs, like making references that any ordinary cat in the neighborhood can actually relate to.
But how do we overcome in the practical sense?
When I started listening to Christian hip hop, like 2003 or something like that, either Christian hip hop
in Zambia.
In Zambia, exactly. Right.
Let me bring it here to Zambia. I don't know if we see a lot of that.
You see Christian rap in there?
No, not Christian rap, but the way we described it as these guys are not as practical. But here, I think mainly what we see is a lot of party stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Or you have people, it's not really that they're not being as explicit or whatever, but it's a lot of, it's a party in the house of the Lord, and let's turn up. And
like lyrically,
yeah,
probably be hated for this. Lyrically, and sometimes even theologically shallow.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a hater, but that's how I see a lot of music. But I wanted to say, maybe before we switching that up, and I'll talk about that. I think even here, like the local hip hop, I think one of the issues that has been coming out in CHH is, for a long time there was this superhero image that Christian rappers would portray, like, and it's kind of from what you're saying, like in the past it's not practical, you're just talking about theology. So when you listen to someone like that, you think they're perfect, and I actually agree with that argument, because when you then hear that, for instance, we heard that Shai did something, right? A lot of us would be devastated because we think Shai is a certain way. I don't even think Shai wants it that way. I bet if you maybe even spoke to him, he'd probably try to run away from that. I'm just thinking. But of course, there's responsibility that comes with being in that position. But my point is, sometimes what comes up from maybe being very theological, and it sounds like you are perfect. That's what people are trying to get away from, that superhero image, Like, hey, we're just regular people, like you, which for me is very, very correct. But then that's because of the nature of the thing, you can't avoid it. But then to say that, that superhero image, this is just something that the Christian rappers are doing, I don't think that would be correct, because that's pretty much in every, even secular hip hop. In fact, the fact that you have, when we do rap, we try to be sometimes even things that we are not, right? It starts from even the name, right? I was watching a video, like, you're not a doctor, but now, you can give yourself a street name and get Dr. Dre, you know what I mean? You can pretty much be anyone you want in rap, right? That's what makes it cool. Like, I can be a superhero in rap, I can go all ninja with my lyrics, and I can go Wu-Tang and everything, right? It's about images that you create. It's all up in hip hop. So it's not only unique to Christian rap, but then you can't run away from that picture.
But I also wanted to say,
if you can give reference to what we have here
in the local
Africa, and more specifically
I'll give reference to myself. There was a time I did I did a piece on addiction to porn. Very practical. Now I think about it, I would have done it a bit different because I was too explicit. But what came out from that is there's some cats that came to me and said, dude, I was trying to do this, help me. And we got to talk from there. So that's on the positive side. On the negative side, there's some people that just bring up, like you were saying, it's a party and you can overcome and you can chant and go and we are overcomers. But how do we overcome in the practical sense? So I feel there should be a balance on both sides. Christianity, I think sometimes that we were talking about how real Christianity is. We shouldn't run away from the fact that it's real, but also we shouldn't run away from the fact that there's a bigger God that's bigger than our problems, and He's the one who. So at the end of the day, in our realness and our practicality, it should drive us back to the one who saved us and how He solves all our problems.
I may have swayed you, Because you were asking about, I think, the state of local Christian hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking about, it sounds more like a party or whatever, right?
That's
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I made the comment.
It's shallow.
Some of it, yeah. Lyrically and theologically, I think.
At Millennium Sun on Twitter. You want to get at him?
I'm on my Twitter. At Space Jam. But yeah, like when I started listening to Christian hip hop, like 2003 or something like that, tried to rap, right? Tried to do my own stuff with these guys. So I'd like to think when CHH was being born, or when he was at its infant stage, I was kind of like a fly on the wall, right? Observing, right? And even maybe had the privilege to interact with some guys who were, that we could call OGs in the Christian.
No, maybe we had the
Christian hip hop.
In Zambia.
In Zambia, exactly.
You
Right?
can give reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we're talking about the state, exactly.
Right.
So I wouldn't say I listen to everyone from probably even guys like maybe even came way before us, right? But in terms of like when he started getting on radio, and say getting CDs, and when the internet came in, which was a long time ago, but in Zambia we could actually access the internet and download projects, right? I was kind of like a fly on the wall, observing that and even interacting with some people. So I've actually seen the progression of it, and I've seen whether either they've switched up or maintained the whatever. I think I've had the privilege, and that's what maybe was cool with having Fred around because he's also observed that, right? But I could say from the early days when we used to download those projects and things like that, you got both, like I mentioned earlier, even with the beginnings of the CHEs. Lyrical guys and guys that were not lyrical, right? You got both of them, and even in the past, those that were lyrical and were very theological usually end up going underground because people want to hear commercial stuff. They want to hear all that mainstream stuff, and for me, it's not a surprise, and that's what it is even right now. It's more of let's get a dope beat, very little lyricism in it, and let's put some Jesus in it. Sometimes it's been a lot of me, about how I'm getting this and all that stuff. Very little bad. I've put some Jesus in. That's because Jesus was giving me that.
Yeah.
Hip hop in the States had that, or even at the time when Cruise Movement was there.
There's a lot of self-uplifting in but anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, the one thing that I wanted to say though, even from the time this guy started introducing me to Christian hip hop, right? At the time we started listening to a lot of local, by local I mean Zambian Christian hip hop. And back then, I think a reference that you made there, we'll be observing, but at the same time, because it's new to the country, and it's like these guys are the only guys that you have at the moment in Christian hip hop, right? And so they're doing these songs rather, and you're it sounds good, it sounds good, but at this point, I can say I still haven't heard any project, or maybe I can say one project that
be careful with your thoughts.
one project from Effects. But I haven't heard one full album where I can say that album I can still go back to it because it had so much lyrical content which is so explicit as far as Christianity is concerned. Where I can sit and listen to it and this album makes me go places, I can think about stuff, and an album I can make reference to right now is going back to the CHH in the US. One album I can still go back and listen to. Killing Sin by Timothy Brindle. Go back to that album. Yeah. Look for Timothy Brindle.
Okay, sorry to cut you. I wanted to say, like Mullah said, being a fly, not really a fly. He's being humble when he says a fly. We were once a fly, and sometimes in the mix of all of it. And the way CHH has progressed in Zambia there's a time when there was this whole movement where everybody started rapping. And there would be shows, and you'd go for these shows, and there would be this excitement, and of course you'd have the lyrical guys, and of course after the show you'd sit down and talk to people like Ali Nani, and we would have theological discussions about it, and you could not miss from how lyrical he was. Like, this guy is good. There'll be underground guys, people that don't know, people like Barnabas. You interact with them, and like, this guy can rap. We just play, and it's just like, you know. And then there'll be other guys that are mainstream. But now that carried on, you know, and there'll be projects, okay, mixtapes and whatever. And now what has happened is the very few that wave is gone. The wave of shows and things like that. And if it's not Slaughterhouse doing it, there are very few people that are doing it. So there's just, when it comes to rap, ask people to give me 5 Zambian rappers in CHH. They'll just go with Mag and things like that. But back in the day, we had a lot of groups. We had GA, we had this group and that group and that group. So that has fallen off. But coming to what Kaunda was saying, and listening to a person, there's some good guys. I'll talk about Destro, talk about Genesis, Cause and Effect.
It's in the past though. Hold up. Pull out an album. Bash what he said.
In the past?
Yeah.
Josie J's Treasure.
That's not
Okay,
past.
that's cool. I
Oh yeah, I was about to
So
say.
pull up gospel.
What?
Okay, gospel.
Josie J's
Gospel
Treasure is good.
the mixtape.
Mixtape.
20 grams. Yeah, I was thinking about 20 grams.
Yeah,
mixtape
Josie
was
J's
good.
Treasure, Cause and Effect, Genesis. Destro's done a couple of things that have.
There's a number. I think there's a number.
I like Reason.
Yeah.
I think he had.
Oh, he had a project as well.
He had explicit Reason.
Yeah, R2 was also good. So there were a few guys. He works somewhere. Works in the back. So
You just know all this information.
I didn't say which bank. So like, it's always been like that. So I'm not saying we're just copying and pasting, but the only problem is, as much as in the US, there's still people that are underground and doing things and not that mainstream, and you can still listen to them. Here and now, that wave has gone, and there are just very few people that are doing the thing.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of lyrical theology. Christian hip hop right now. In Zambia. You don't have a lot of it. It's like I said, for instance in the States there's maybe not a perfect balance, but you have a bunch of people. You are sure when you get a Eshon project that it's gonna have that content.
Like for me,
you're sure you're gonna get that content from guys from Lamp.
Theology,
you have all this, right? Now there's so like you were saying, there's not so many people
And no one is
doing
calling out
Christian
for
rap.
that. That's a pity.
But the trouble is,
Okay.
the hearts don't need that.
Yep.
Right? They may not even say, and this is for me the trouble we have even with churches is we think this is what will attract the sinner. That's thinking about it backwards, right? The sinner doesn't know what's good for them. You know what I mean? So like let's make church, the way that sinners will be comfortable. Come on now.
That's actually what I remember in one discussion this cross movement guys had. That's what Fanatic actually mentioned at some point.
I thought you were going to say Fabiola.
It was like, I think one of the things that Christian artists struggle with is like, how can they be skillful with their style, with their gift, but still talking about the same content? Because when you talk about the Christians, it's like they feel like they are boxed in this this content. It's Christ and who Christ is and what He has done for us. Yeah. So how, with each album that you bring out, how will you come out differently?
Oh yeah.
You get it, right? Like how will you come out different with this new album? But you're still talking about the same, right?
Yeah, I get it.
So with this new album, how will you? It's like that's what they struggle with. So with that struggle, they now start switching up and throwing in things which actually shouldn't be there.
And it's almost like people look at it and say, okay, this is failing, man.
Yeah.
This type of arrangement is so now people looking at that try to be smarter than the Bible. You know what I mean? It's okay, if the Bible is failing, let's find a different way and how we can make this work. You know what I mean?
But I would also
forgetting
say
that it's not up to them.
I would also say sometimes it's because of keeping up appearances that people struggle with how am I going to package this differently. Sometimes, like if I were to right now, I'm not saying I would. If I were to drop an album, there's so much going on that or has gone on in the past that I would just, because the time is telling you, you need to like. You dig deep because artistry is sometimes from what is going outside of you and what's going inside of you, and that is like a story and you tell it. But sometimes the problem is you feel like you need to feed them. They'll say you've been quiet too long, so now you're searching for things. But if you like sit down and examine your life and the way the way we're talking about the Bible is practical, it will come out different. But if you just want to give them something, you'll be a problem.
Yeah. So for me, it's if you're doing Christian hip hop, you're Zambian, and you're doing Christian hip hop, you want to jump into this, already doing this. You're okay with bearing that label, that tag, right? Yeah. Remember what that's about, right? If you're a guy that just want to do good music, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Go do your thing, right? But if you're doing Christian music, it's what you need to remember. If it's Christian music, it's about Christ. This is His mission. Sometimes we forget that. We want to help God. It's God's mission. He's going to do it His way. So you have to follow suit to come up with your own stuff, right? So follow, God's standard for drawing people. Stop, looking for mimics and gimmicks. I mean, this is how they'll listen and whatever. Do God's mission, right? And you don't have perfect examples. Cross movement, I keep going back to them. Those guys were good lyricists. Maybe PRS1 wanted to do some stuff with them. I think part of it because they were good lyricists. Yeah. But the content was explicit Christian stuff. Very few people can match up with Shai's lyricism. Content is explicitly Jesus Christ. Stephen the Levite, pull up many guys. So even us locally here, we don't have to, fall into this trap, let's see what commercials. Be an artist. Art comes from the heart. Do what you like, right? And as you do what you like, if you're doing it for Christ, follow His mission. For me, that's what CHA should look like.
And some people go to the big stage, and some people go to the small stage.
Some people go to no stage.
Some people go to YP groups. I think that's a hard youth groups. That's a hard concept to grasp. I think usually when we were starting out, all of us were thinking about going out on tour and things like that, which is good. But even in the Bible, there are major and minor prophets, things like that. So we need to understand, what does God call me to? Maybe who you are and the art that you want to you would faithfully do, the person that you are. There are like 5 people that God wants you to speak to and change their lives. 5. And then you change that and begin to talk to 50 million who just listen to what your stuff once, and it doesn't really hit. So you miss your calling.
Yeah.
I hope you're called to 50 million, but if you're called to 5, do that thing that God. And at the end of the day, I want to say this. This is a gift. Okay? And at the end of the day, God will hold you accountable. Sometimes we think we just invented this and God is like, these people can rap, it's fine. No. God is pretty much involved with our talents and our gifts, and He will ask you, how did you use this thing that I gave you? And if you were called to the 5 and ministered to the 5, He will say, well done, good and faithful servant. You had 50K, 50,000 or 50 million followers and you did not fulfill your purpose. God will tell you, you did wrong. But for us, when we look at you and visit your page, like Moses got 50 million, he's doing well.
Yeah, but maybe I'm not even doing that well. No. Yeah. Anyway, you guys share your comments on what you think of this topic. Throw out a few things that you'd like us to discuss, and